Okay, so in this lesson, it's asking you to use the right angle template you made in class, which we didn't do. I just asked you to use a piece of a paper and use the corner. And you're going to determine whether the angle is greater than, less than, or equal to a right angle. And then we have to decide if it's acute, obtuse, or right. So if you take the corner of your paper and you try to place it into the vertex of the shape, you will see that this is actually less than a right angle. So they wrote less than, and we know anything less than a right angle is acute. So I'm going to write a letter A for acute. Acute goes with less than, so they drew an arrow to this dot. Now let's look at A. A, if I put my little shape in there and I bring it over, you can put your corner right in, put it right in the vertex. I can see that it cuts through, so I know that has to be acute. It's less than 90 degrees. It doesn't go all the way up, it's smaller than that, so it's acute. Okay, let me move my shape again. I'm going to put it here. Now this one looks like it's exactly matching the square that I moved in here, so it's equal to. And I know that if it's equal to 90 degrees, it's a right angle, correct? Alright, let's move it over. Put it right in the vertex. And it looks like it's bigger than my square, so it's greater than. I'm just going to write greater. And I know if it's greater than, it's got to be obtuse. So let's get my shape here. Now you have to turn your paper so that it will fit in the corner at the vertex. So I've got to try to figure it out on this computer. I don't know if I'll be able to do it as easily as you guys can with your paper. It doesn't look like it. So you guys might have to just try this one on your own. Let me try one more time. I can't get it to turn exactly right, but I can kind of tell by looking at it that if I did get this into the vertex, I'm pretty sure that looks like the letter L, and that would be exactly 90 degrees. You guys can prove it with your paper. So I believe that this is a right angle. Okay? Then I'm going to take my shape over here, and I'm going to try to get it right in the vertex, but it also has to line up to one of the sides too. We'll see if I can get that to happen. It's kind of hard with this device. I really can't get it to line up properly. But I can already tell that if I did turn my paper straight, that this shape would in fact be greater than 90 degrees, and anything greater is obtuse. I can tell right now that if I put a piece of paper in here, that it's also going to be greater than 90. That means this shape is also obtuse. And I can see, let me see if I can move this now to this shape. Now I can line up with the vertex and one of the sides, and I can see that it is in fact greater than 90 degrees, so it's obtuse. And then I have, what, two more? I feel like this shape makes a perfect L, so this is exact. You guys can check it with your paper. But I believe this would be a right angle, and this looks really small. So I already know just by looking at it, it's acute. I also always say, think about little puppies. When they're small, they're so cute. So I like to use that as a memory trick for acute, obtuse, and right. Now it says, look at the artwork in this image below. It's a Pablo Picasso, and he really liked to use geometric shapes in some of his art. And we're trying to find angles that are less than 90, greater than 90, and exactly 90. And so we're going to find those in this. We're supposed to find at least 2 of each and label them with points. Okay, so we're going to find 2 acute angles. So something smaller than 90 degrees. So I'm going to do that with red. So here to here is less than 90 degrees. Alright? And so I'll call this angle A, B, C. Down on the chart, I will do angle A, B, C. I'm going to go ahead and put all these angle symbols in. Alright, something else smaller than 90. How about this little guy over here, from here to here? We'll call this angle C, D, E. Alright, angle C, D, E. Now we're looking for something obtuse, so greater than 90. So let me switch colors here. We'll go to blue. This is bigger than 90 from here to here to here. Let's call that E. Oh wait, let's call it F, G, H. Alright, so angle F, G, H is greater than 90. And I think, how about from here down to here? That would be I, J, K. So let's do angle I, J, K. Now please remember to pause whenever you need to. Now exactly 90 degrees is like the letter L, forwards or backwards. So I can see one right here. Alright, let's call it M, N, O. M, N, O. And I see one right here. So P, Q, R. Angle P, Q, R. Okay. Now it says, construct each of the following with a ruler or a straight edge. And use your right angle template. So use the corner of your square to make these angles, okay? So I need to make an acute angle. Oh, it's not going to let me do that. So let's see. I'll make one right here and one right here. And this is cute because it is less than a right angle. Kind of looks like a skinny V. Now a right angle is exactly 90 degrees. A right angle is equal to a right angle. That's kind of obvious. That was kind of a silly way to question that. Alright, now let's do an obtuse angle. Well, the best way to do an obtuse angle, this is a little trick because I've made a lot of angles in the past, is to draw a straight ray one direction, and then imagine if it were to be up and, oops, let me erase that. Imagine if you were going to make a ray up and down to make a right angle, but instead make it wider. So make it like a really spread out V. Okay, so an obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees. Because remember, 90 degrees would be right here, straight up and down to match a corner of a paper. Also, what you could do to draw this is put your paper here, line it up to the bottom, and then your paper would stop here, and you would just extend your ray outward from the paper. Okay, good luck.